Everyone says, delayed doesn't mean denied, but nobody really talks about how hard the delay actually is. Because some of us have been waiting, and it's not just inconvenient anymore, it's starting to hurt. You've been praying, trying to stay faithful, doing your best to trust God, and it feels like nothing is moving. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months, and what you've been asking for still hasn't happened. And if you're honest, you're tired, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. Because waiting sounds simple, until you're the one living in it. And what makes it harder is not knowing when. Though the vision lingers, wait for it, it will surely come. But what we don't talk about is the lingering part. When nothing seems to be happening, when you're doing everything right, and still not seeing results. That's what stretches you. Because waiting doesn't just test patience, it tests trust. It's easy to believe when things are moving, when doors are opening, when prayers are answered quickly. But when nothing is changing, when you feel stuck in the same place, that's when your faith is stretched. Because now you have to believe without seeing progress, trust without a timeline. And if you're honest, that's uncomfortable. Because we don't just want the promise, we want the timing to. But God already addressed that. When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. Not when we're ready, not when we're comfortable, but when the time is right. And that's the hard part. Because delay forces you to release control. And sometimes, it starts to feel like rejection. Like you've been overlooked or forgotten. But just because it hasn't happened yet, doesn't mean you've been denied. The Lord is good to those who wait for Him. Which means there is still goodness in this season. So what do you do in the delay? You stay honest with God. If you're frustrated, say that. If you're tired, say that. If you don't understand, say that. Because God isn't asking you to perform. He's asking you to come to Him real. You also have to guard your heart from comparison. Because comparison will make your delay feel heavier than it already is. What God is doing in your life has its own timing. And just because someone else received it sooner, doesn't mean you've been forgotten. Even when it's hard, you keep showing up. You keep trusting, even when it's quiet. You keep believing, even when it feels slow. Wait on the Lord, be strong, and take heart. So if you're here right now, hear this clearly. You are not forgotten. God has not changed His mind about you. Even in the waiting, He is still working. Let's pray. God, for the one who is tired of waiting, meet them right where they are. Give them strength to trust you, and peace while they wait.